Hello readers, I'm Jessie Quinn from Cup of Books, and today I'm going to be reviewing Buddha Baby by Kim Wong Keltner. After I finished Buddha Baby, I went on the author's website to find out a little bit more about what she's written, and I found out that Buddha Baby is actually a sequel to The Dim Sum of Things. I really wish I had realized and that Goodreads had told me that this was a sequel before I picked it up, but I do feel that this one stands pretty well on its own. Buddha Baby is the story of Lindsay, a young Chinese-American woman living in San Francisco, California, who is living with her boyfriend Michael. Lindsay ends up running into Dustin, an old crush from elementary school, just after her and Michael become engaged. And she can't deny that even in their mid-20s, they still have a lot of chemistry. While Lindsay tries to figure out whether she wants to marry Michael or maybe start something new with Dustin, she also tries to learn more about her grandparents' past as Chinese-American immigrants. As someone who absolutely hates reading about love triangles, I actually really liked this one because it didn't feel like it was just a ploy to get people to read the book. There was actually a purpose to having this dilemma, and this dilemma brought up a lot of really thought-provoking points about being a person of color and being in an interracial relationship. Her attraction to Dustin is really affected by the fact that they are both Chinese Americans and the fact that she feels she can relate to Dustin in a way that she can't relate to Michael, who is white. Lindsay is our protagonist and she narrates the novel, and I will not lie, her narration got a little annoying, but that was mostly due to the writing style, which I will get to in a moment. When it comes to our leading men, I can tell you a lot more about Dustin than I can tell you about Michael. Michael just wasn't there, both literally because he takes a business trip about 50 pages in and is gone for most of the novel, and because even when he is there on the phone with Lindsay, I just didn't really get a good sense of his personality. This is a situation where it definitely felt like a sequel because we are supposedly already supposed to know Michael. We get a lot of insight into the characters of her grandmother and her grandfather throughout the story as Lindsay tries to piece together their past. It was moving at times to read about how Lindsay was trying to connect with her grandparents, and the little moments she shared with her grandfather were probably the highlight of this novel for me. What I think holds this book back is the writing style and the narration. This novel is supposed to be a comedy, but a lot of the humor relied on pop culture references and bad puns, which, to me personally, I just didn't find that funny. Most of them don't add to the humor, don't add to the themes, don't necessarily add to the plot, and I felt they just were superfluous and could have been cut. I can safely say that I would have put this book down if it wasn't for the really thoughtful, observant ways this book talked about little microaggressions that people face on a daily basis. For me, it sits between 3 stars and 4 stars, probably a 3.5. I definitely want to pick up The Dim Sum of Things by Kim Wong Keltner after reading Buddha Baby, but I do feel Buddha Baby stands really well on its own.